Rebuild 3 from Sir Northway and Northway Games is a game in which you play a survivor attempting to reclaim a city from the hordes of the undead. A terrible plague has crossed the globe and turned virtually everybody, except a few, into zombies. This game is one of a series that have come out, and Rebuild 3 being the most recent reincarnation, and on impossible difficulty it can be a real pain. So I'm here to give you some tips on how to play Rebuild 3 on impossible so that you too can get through an impossible game to the very end. Here is my set of strategy tips for you before you even start your game. Is when you load up a save game, especially with brand new characters, is to look for an edge. If you don't see an edge somewhere within view, you probably want to restart the game and load another one. And the reason for that is, on impossible with low people, if you can't get to the edge to minimize the exposure of your border, you're not going to survive. There's just going to be too many tiles to clear, you won't have enough time, and the zombies are going to start spawning on your walls, and they're going to overrun you and push you away. Number one, and the highest priority, is go for the food. When you first start off your game, one of the first things that's going to come up to you as a challenge is going to be the lack of food. So you have to get out there and start capturing farms. Some farms, every farm square will produce one food. A 2 square farm will produce 1.5 food, and a 4 square farm will create 2 food. So ideally, when you get a chance and you're hurting for food, break down that 4 tile farm into 4 separate farms. You'll get 4 food from that instead of just the 2. The only reason you wouldn't do that is if you're trying to protect your border. Second, stabilize your borders. Securing your borders is going to be critically important in an impossible game because the zombie mobs are going to be spawning very quickly. Anywhere along your border that has zombies within it, so if it has any color to it at all, green or yellow, orange, or red, it has the chance to spawn zombies, and it will. Left unchecked, your borders will see 4, 5, 6 impending zombie hordes, all threatening your borders, and you will get overrun. The way to secure your border is to clear out the tile next to your wall so that there's no zombies in it. And as they recharge, as zombies spawn into it, it begins to turn green. Throw somebody in there immediately, clear that dead zone. If you have a dead zone all the way around your fort, outside of your walls, you won't have to worry about those spawns. You only have to worry about the big zombie horde, which sometimes I call the zombie mutants, and the roamers. And the roamers won't attack your fort, they'll only attack the people outside the fort. So really, that random periodic zombie mutant guy who comes running across the map is the only one you're going to have to worry about. Use your fighters to clear the hot zombie tiles. If they're yellow, red, orange, use your fighters one or in stacks to try to clear those out around your base. When you're going to expand, clear the second tile out first, so those are clear, then capture from behind, and that will prevent zombies from spawning on your borders as soon as you've captured a tile. To keep those things clear around your border, be sure to use, if you have the fighters, use them for skill, but otherwise, use your non-fighters. There's nothing wrong with throwing a scavenger out there, or a leader, or an engineer to clear out those tiles, to keep them empty. That is your top priority. Keep those tiles empty. The next tip I have for you is to equip your people for the mission. This includes your melee weapons and ranged weapons. Give your high-strength fighters the ranged weapons that use ammo, but the people that you're going to be using to keep your border clear, the ones that are just going around topping off all those light greens, you can use the lowest level people for that. Give them melee weapons if you have it. That way, every time you're hitting those tiles, you're not using ammo to do that. Save your ammo for the hot tiles. The next tip I have for you is look for and secure a workshop. You want to secure a workshop so you can throw an engineer in there and start producing ammo. Your ammo is going to keep your guns in effect. Without ammo, your guns don't add any benefit. Also seek out and secure a lab. And when you have the lab, the top 2 priorities that you should have is survivor management number 1, so that you can get perks off of your people, which will give them extra bonuses. And the second one is to get through to traps. That'll require you to do zombie vitals and then do traps. Once you have the traps, build those, and then you can put those traps on the dead zone that you have, your kill zone outside of your fort. And once those traps are down, zombies won't spawn, and you won't have to keep using your people for that, and you can use them for other things like going out to scavenge or do research or even gathering. The next thing to note is that mission progress on a tile is saved unless another mission is started on the tile. So if you're on a tile with your stack of fighters trying to clear the zone out, killing all the zombies, and one of those zombie mutants come rushing for your wall, move the stack back to defend against the zombie mutant, because he's going to be moving fast. As soon as he gets to your wall, he's going to be running over there within just a couple of seconds. When you go back to the tile, you will pick up from where you left off. This is a good thing to know, because you can actually do that when the roamers are coming after you. If a roamer moves into your tile, he will injure or kill somebody. So when a roamer gets next to your tile, pick up your folks, move them somewhere else, knowing that you're going to be able to save your progress, unless, again, you change the mission. If you go in with a kill zombie mission and then come in after that with a capture, or come in there with a scavenge, your kill zombie mission progress is wiped. Last point I'm going to have is going to be mutant zombies move fast. So bunch up to defend once he reaches the wall. Once that big guy comes running up to your wall, grab everybody you've got. That until you can either get him green, or at least get him as far down as you can get him to protect your wall. If you have no hope, if you put everybody there and he's still red because he's got that much power and you don't have that much power, it may be worthwhile to just let him take the tile, then jump right on top of it as soon as he's done it, and capture the tile back. So those are my tips for playing Rebuild 3 on Impossible level. Enjoy your games of Rebuild 3, and with these tips, hopefully, you'll find this to be a whole lot easier. Thanks for watching another episode of Dextor Plays. Please leave a like or subscribe, and post any tips or tricks down below.